There is an absolutely brutal new poll in which Donald Trump is losing to Ron DeSantis by 13 in the 2024 Republican primary. Let's talk about it. But wait, what, you like trust polls, man, or what? Remember that moment from my interview with Patrick Bet-David in Florida a couple weeks ago? Well, listen, I mean, let's talk about it, right? When we look at polls, there are three important questions that we ask. Is the pollster highly rated and historically reliable? That's an important question. Second question, is this one poll dramatically different than every other poll? If you have 20 polls, 19 say one thing and one says something else, we would want to understand why that is. And is there something in particular about the subject matter or the timing that makes polling on a particular issue inherently unreliable? So it's not about pollster quality. It's just about this is a really hard thing or it's a really hard time to be asking people about this subject matter. So let's ask that question, okay? A new Monmouth poll has Donald Trump losing to Ron DeSantis, who is not even running yet, by 13 points in a hypothetical Republican primary. That's 53 for DeSantis to 40 for Trump. Now, that is a hypothetical head-to-head. If you end up having Nikki Haley run, she's expected to announce soon. If you've got Mike Pompeo, Mike Pence, maybe other people named Mike, or maybe some people not named Mike, you are going to have different numbers. This is a hypothetical head-to-head. Now, let's run through our questions. Is Monmouth a good pollster? The answer is yes. Monmouth is an A-rated pollster by 538. Even Morning Consult, which is often used by corporate media, it's only a B-rated pollster. YouGov Yahoo poll, which is very much used as well, is a B+. So yes, our first question, Monmouth is a good pollster. Is this poll an outlier compared to others? In a sense, it is, okay? And so we can look at 538's recent Republican primary polls, and the results are sort of off the map, not off the map. The results are all over the map. And so depending on where you look, there's a primary poll from The Economist from a few days ago. That one has Trump plus 10, but there's a lot of undecideds there. You look at a YouGov poll, it has Trump up 2 in Trump versus DeSantis. You look at a Morning Consult poll from about a week ago, and that one has Trump plus 18. So in a sense, yes, the Monmouth poll is a little bit of an outlier, although you can find polling here that does have DeSantis leading. There's a YouGov Yahoo News poll, which has DeSantis plus 4 when it's asked in a different way without other candidates head to head. So the general answer to is this an outlier is when the polling is Trump versus DeSantis only, it does seem to be pretty good for Ron DeSantis. When the polling includes other candidates or it doesn't force an answer and lets you put, I don't know, haven't decided yet or whatever, then it seems to be better for Donald Trump. And then we get to the third question I mentioned. Is this something we can even really get good data on in February of the year before the election? Yes and no. You know, valuable polling data without a clear field, unclear about whether Trump is going to get indicted, unclear what Joe Biden's next 2 years are going to look like and what Republicans are going to run on and what voters are going to want. There is a limit to how valuable today's polling data is. It doesn't mean the polling is inaccurate based on what Republican voters are saying right now. It's a broader question, which is, does this type of poll, 9 plus 12, 21 months before an election, well, and in this particular case, more like 17 months before the primary, is going to be of some limited value. What this polling will do is it will brutally trigger Donald Trump and possibly explode this feud civil war that is building between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. And that's what we're going to talk about next. One of our sponsors today is Zippix Nicotine Toothpicks. Zippix brings you a convenient alternative to smoking and vaping and the vape clouds, the ashtrays, the thing in your lip that people can see. I've seen that around. This is an easier and less messy way to curb the cravings, and you can use Zippix just about anywhere. Zippix is available in 6 flavors with 2 or 3 milligram strength. The nicotine and the flavor are long lasting, and Zippix has helped countless people kick the bad habits, and they are bad habits. Zippix toothpicks are FDA registered. Their customer service is second to none. It is one of the most cost-effective alternatives. Also, check out their B12 and caffeine toothpicks. See for yourself why so many people have switched to Zippix toothpicks. You can only get Zippix online. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com and get 10% off with the code PACMAN. The link is down below.